friends, I am playing today with a couple different ways. I'm painting plein air, by the way. This is I love, one of the best gifts I ever got. I love this Plashad box by Meeden. I've done other tutorials on it because I know Christmas is coming up, and that's when I got mine last year. If you are looking for a gift, even for yourself, it's worth every penny. I take this thing everywhere, and it's just so much fun. I can't tell you how much fun I have with it. And it comes with an easel. You've got all these pullouts. I'm not going to go through everything in it right now, but it's fabulous. So today I am in the desert, and I'm just going to play with some various ways to kind of paint some of the landscape I've got in the background here. I'm going to be on Discovery right now, just like you guys might be. So just going to use some different brushes here, see what I can come up with. There's this sagebrush, there's choya, there's all kinds of fun, interesting things. So I'm going to do several of them here and just see kind of which one I like best. So just plain. I'm going to start with my little, gosh, this one's so old. I don't even know where I got this from. It's a little fan brush. I like it because it's a little bit stiffer. And sometimes if they're not stiff enough, the bristles all stick together. And I really like to get all the different bristles. I've got my Paul Rubens paints here, by the way. That's basically all I use. I love them. All right, let's start with, I'm going to go into some of these browns here. And I'm actually just dragging my brush through 3 different pans. So I'm going to have a few different colors, and I'm just going to start here by making some flicks, and let's just see what we get. Ooh, see, look at that. Love it. I feel like I want to add some green in there, or kind of this yellowy green gold. So I'm going to go into this Paul Rubens that I'm using, by the way, let me preface that, is has the metallics in it. So that's what I'm kind of playing with here. Pick up a little bit more of that. So you're going to see those metallics. I'm also being bombarded with some beautiful bees here. Oh yeah, that's kind of what I'm liking here. Look at that. Yep, exactly what I wanted to see. Let's do a little bit of a green. So I'm going to go into both my yellow ochre. I want kind of a browny green. So I'm going into yellow ochre, olive green. Let's see what we can get with, oh, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. And, you know, play with your brush, like kind of smash it. And I only say that with this brush. I don't normally smash my brushes. But this fan one's a fun one to do that with. There we go. These bushes are awfully spiky. And have lots of little clumps of bushes, so I rather like that. Yeah, that's kind of nice. Look at even that. Ooh, loving that. And you know, quite often, and I would invite you guys to do this too, I just play. I don't even know what's going to work, what's not going to work. I don't stress out about that. That's how I have always painted. Like, sometimes it works, sometimes it comes out a hot mess. And I just really don't judge it a whole lot, because so many times I come up with something I really like. So let's do another one here. Just again. And this time I'm using some dry brush. So it kind of has that sand or deserty type of feel to it. So I like that. And then I'm going to switch to, this is a little sumi brush I found. It's actually softer than I thought it might be, but it still works pretty good. And I'm going to just create some little clumps on Ooh, yeah, see, I love that. I'd love to hear about some of the things maybe you've discovered when you're just playing like this. Because I don't think we do this enough. I think we kind of feel like, oh, it has to be good. It has to be perfect. And I say, throw that out. Nothing has to be perfect. And that's what's beautiful about designing. I'm going to use my little stick here. Again, just playing. Now there's a breeze, so that dried pretty immediately. So I couldn't really scrape it. So let's go in again and do a little bit more. Now that breeze is quick, so I'm going to have to dot this on and then scrape. There we go. Got to be quick out here in the wind or it just dries immediately like it is doing here. Oh, so fun. And then I'm going to take my 8 round, if you have either mine or a Princeton like mine, I'm using today. And I'm just going to go in and create some little brushes, little pieces coming out. Excuse me, I get a little bit of allergies when I come out here. Actually, they do better out here, but so excuse my sniffing. Just wetting the tip of my brush and holding it back far so I can kind of get some random, like hold my brush very lightly and just let it dance across the paper here. Oop, and there's a little bee. He's gonna land. All right. Well, look at that. How funny is that? He's getting some of the water on my brush. Okay, little guy. Let's see. Well, how's that for a first, you guys? I'm painting with a bee. Is he gonna stay on here? He's not leaving. Here's another one coming. They're telling all their friends. Oh my gosh. How funny is that? He is really liking my brush. All right, well, you are happy to stay as long as you want, little guy. Except you're kind of cramping my style. I feel like I'm gonna get you wet, and I can't flick my brush. Oh, he has got, I don't know if you can see this. I can't see in my camera. He's just sucking up that water. How funny is that? Let's see, what other kind of, let's try maybe some choya. And I think for that, what I'll do first, and that'll give this little guy a break to suck up some of that water, I'm going to just wet my surface first. So here we go. And now what? Now this isn't going to stay wet for long. Now what I'm going to do is go in, maybe I better use a different brush. Well, I'm going to try this one. Is go in and create some of that choya. And I wanted it to be kind of soft. So just want some more green in there. Okay, little guy, I love you being on there, but you're kind of making this both fun and interesting. There he goes. So you can see how soft that is. You're welcome, little guy. And I'm going to use some of the gold along the outer edge. Get some of that gold in my Mylang palette. because these almost kind of, so my paper's already dried. There we go. Might go at the bottom here. You could do either a dry brush here or whatever you like. And now I can go in with some darker colors because it's dry now. And I'm just going to look at that. Maybe add in a little brown down in here. I don't want that sienna brown. Rather have just creating a wash there. So let's see, what could we do there? How about if we use an angle brush and go in and create it's got some you can see some of those branches. Don't want them quite so hard edge, so I'm just going to go alongside of them. Kind of soften those up a bit, like that. There we go. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. Wow, okay. Let's keep going with that. So see, this is what I do, and what's so important for you to do too is just play. It's not about, oh, is it perfect? Is it coming out? Now, with these choyas too, they have all these crazy little branches that come out. So after I add a few more of these, I think I will go in and add some of those twigs. And using different values for all of the different colors in here is going to make it, now that little bee's in my paint, is going to make it have that depth. So in the bottom here, I might have it a little bit darker and more value, meaning I'm going to have about 80% pigment and 20% water. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking this, and I'm liking the hard edge, the bleeding and blooming in here too. So let's add in a few more of these little branches. And I'm just going to keep building in these layers. What's kind of nice is out here, it really dries quickly. So glazing is fairly easy. I'm going to use a little bit of this and just see if I can get some darker greens on this side to look a little bit like a shadow. But I don't, yeah. So if I press really lightly with this, I can get some interesting things. And I'm learning with this brush that the less paint and the drier, you're going to get that wonderful texture. Now just adding some water in there. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. Very nice. Lots of water here, really letting it kind of drip. I want to figure out how to get maybe a little bit of, I don't want necessarily cad yellow, but let's see if I mix cad yellow with some of that iridescent. See what that does. Ooh, I know what I can do. I have my MAB colors here. Let's see if we can use that. So here is the gold series. You know, I love this. Let's see what that, So what happened here, darn it, is when I put my paints away, I didn't let it dry first, and that's what can happen. But it's okay. I'm going to pack it back in there. I'm going to pick up some of the gold. And let's try to add some of that. I think that is going to be really pretty. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Yes. I hope you can see this. Look. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's magical. It's just bringing out the beauty and the magic that I see in the desert. I hope you all can see this. Yes, love it. The last thing I want to do here is create some of these little branches that come out on the bottom. So I'm going to leave that open so that can dry in the sun here. But look at those colors. Are those just like fantastic? And let's see, let's use a tiny brush. This is a Princeton Round Heritage. I believe this is a number 2. And I'm going to try and create a little bit of a grayish color here. And let's see if we can get some branches coming out. Now, I had no idea how I was going to do this, and I wanted to do that for you because I wanted you to see how important it is. Like, I'm not worried. If I messed up and the whole thing was a disaster, I'm perfectly fine with that. But I'm discovering all kinds of fun things. So that's my reason for doing this. Ooh, yeah. I like this. So much beauty out here anyway. Okay, I think I'm about done with that. Well, there you go. I hope you can see that. The only other thing I could think of to use would be a little bit of dry brush on the bottom there. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of brown. And I don't have any water on my brush. And let's just hold it lightly and create important for dry brush to hold your brush. I'm just barely getting a little water, but really get most of that water out. And to hold it sideways, so you're skimming over the roughness of the paper. Now that won't work if you have hot press, because hot press is very smooth. All right, guys, that was a lot of fun for me. I hope you enjoyed that and maybe picked up some things in there. and happy painting. I can't recommend this Plashad box enough. Like I said, it's a little bit of investment. I believe Meaden has a sale right now, but the best, the funnest little art supply, indulgent art supply I've ever bought. I have so much fun with it. All right, everybody, thanks for being here. Bye.